Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Mysteries at the Museum. This is I don't know how many seasons there are total, but on Disney Plus, there's two. Season 1 and Season 24. Yeah, there's a big gap in there. I think it's supposedly from the Travel Channel. So apparently Disney is now getting content in from the Travel Channel. I don't know, mixing things up. Each of these episodes are about 43, 44 minutes long each. I only watched one, but I didn't choose the first one like I normally do because there's even episodes missing within seasons. So, like, I'm looking at season 1, there's only 8 episodes. And it starts with episode 2. So I chose number 3. Mainly because Harry Houdini is kind of the headliner on this one. And there's at least 5 or 6 different stories told in each episode, at least in the one that I watched. And again, they're all pulled from history, from world history, and primarily the hook is, of course, that these artifacts, the artifacts exist in any museums that we have peppered throughout the world, especially in America here. Hold clues to bigger stories, deeper meanings, and just stories that we might not learn otherwise. And it's kind of good selling point to say, hey, guess what? Museum might hold some really cool stuff for you to check out. No matter what it is, whether it's about natural history or science or American history or European history or whatever it is, wherever you are in the world, there's probably a museum that is worthwhile checking out in some way. It's educational, but not in a too it doesn't get too crazy deep or technical. For the most part, it is about telling stories about the people and the places in which these events took place. And the first, they mentioned Lizzie Borden, the story of Lizzie Borden. Yeah, she was a woman who's a young woman who was assumed to have been the killer of her parents with an axe, because only she and like a housekeeper were in the house at the time, and she's the one who called out and said, "Hey, guess what? Dad's dead. Somebody killed Dad." And yeah, actually I don't know if it was the mother who was also killed or not, but at least 2 people, and it just seemed very strange. She has been seen as the killer, but also I think she got away with it. It's very strange. I don't know the Lizzie Borden story that well. One I do know, and of course, there's tons of people who know about Harry Houdini. I am not an expert by any means, but I do know one thing. He did not believe in magic. He's seen as an illusionist, even a magician. Some people believe that he could not be killed, and he was powered by dark magic, or any kind of magic, really, because he did some astounding things that some little immigrant from across the sea came to America to make his fortune. And when he adopted the stage name of Harry Houdini, he decided also he needed to do things that nobody else could do, nobody else would do. Things that were dangerous, things that would put his life in danger. And when he died, people all assumed that he died drowning doing one of his underwater captive chained and handcuffed kind of tricks, or some other very dangerous thing. What he died of was pretty mundane, something that, had he not been such a guy who was trying to be overly macho and just fight through it, just stiff upper lip and and just move through the pain. If he had taken the time to go to a doctor, maybe he would have survived something that was exacerbated by a simple but brutal punch to the stomach. The only reason this one drew me out to watch as compared to the others is the fact that I have a Harry Houdini story. I don't know if it's a story that a lot of people know. I imagine the hardcore Harry people, Houdini fans, they know this story really well. I was lucky enough, a friend of mine had sort of an inside track on Houdini, and we were in Hollywood one night and decided, hey, you want to see something? I'm like, okay, follow me. We went inside a building called the Knickerbocker. Yeah, those K's are very important. Knickerbocker Hotel, which has since become a residence for older folks. So it's not a public kind of place, but somehow we got into the hotel. This is a long time ago, by the way. We got into the hotel and we went up to the roof. And why is that important? Well, many years before Harry died, I keep calling him Harry like we're buddies. Many years before Mr. Houdini, before Houdini died, he had always railed against mediums and psychics and all sorts of charlatans that claimed to have otherworldly powers and connections to the afterlife and everything else, where he felt they were scamming people. And we still have to this day lots and lots of psychics that will tell you what you want to hear or what will get them the bucks. They have the money to apparently to still put radio ads out. Maybe not TV ads, but radio ads. I hear them. It's very strange that this is lucrative enough to pay for a radio ad, unless nobody else is buying radio ads and they're just, getting in there. Anyway, he really railed against them. He railed against, I don't know fully about the supernatural, but at least in the sense of people when they were claiming to be psychics and mediums to the other world, he was not having any of it. And then was it Halloween or Christmas, or sorry, New Year's Eve? I think it was every New Year's Eve. He and his wife and a medium and some other people, friends of theirs, would meet on the roof of the Knickerbocker Hotel. And they'd call out, well, I don't know if they actually, okay, I'm going to slow down here. I don't know if they did it at the Knickerbocker Hotel. I have a feeling they did. If not, they did it somewhere else that they could bring this medium in to talk to the dead, to talk to somebody who would, talk to the afterlife. And they would always be proven wrong. Well, one of the things that Harry did was he talked to his wife and said, look, if I die, when I die, here's a phrase that I'm going to say that only you will know. I'm telling no one else. And I want you to keep holding these seances. I want you to keep bringing in these mediums that people are, find all the rage, and bring them, have them try to communicate with me. And you will know, we will know, well, he'll already have known by being dead, but she will know that Harry is truly speaking to them from out of the, from the grave, if the medium can speak this special phrase or word or whatever it was. To this day, I don't think we know what it was. But we were actually got to be on that roof where those seances happened. And every year that she survived him, they would bring up a different medium and they would humiliate them, basically. Because none of them ever said, "Oh, I'm talking to Harry. He's here with us now. Do you have any messages for Harry?" And she'd always pull out, like, "Hey, so what's our secret phrase?" The medium never said it because it was all BS. So that was my Harry Houdini story. That's one of the things I appreciate about Harry Houdini. Even though he was dedicated to creating illusions and just suspending belief and creating some sort of crazy, maybe often magical seeming instances with the stunts that he pulled. Seems to be a very small understanding of what he did, if you knew about his life. But the fact that he did all this, he also had a BS meter that was like, look, I know how these things are done. There's no magic about it. No matter what you might think about me. Yeah. So that's my side story. Not talking about this at all, but it's one of the cool things about a show like this. It's going for at least 24 seasons, and you can learn things about just about any subject. And sometimes, even if you're just like, I'm into lizards, let me go to the lizard museum. You know what? There might be some really cool stories that come out of that lizard museum that you never expected. It's the kind of thing that, and it's also, these are not like one episode, one topic. It's like 5 or 6 topics, and they spend enough time on them to make you really curious about it, and they give you a resolution. And sometimes the full mystery isn't completely understood, but you get the basic facts to go, you know what, maybe I'll look that up on my own, because guess what? We've got the internet, and whether the where you go will give you the truth or not, at least you know that, hey, you can learn something, and that's not a bad thing. Even more so, the museums. There are museums around the country that will help you dig further into those stories. And why not just get out of the house, stop looking at the computer or the tablet or whatever, and explore. Explore. It's a beautiful thing. This is from the guy who sits on his butt in front of a computer 90% of the day. Let's pick tomorrow's episode. 144, way down toward the bottom. We only have 150 for this quarter, and actually we have a whole lot less because we are so we are so we have so few things that I haven't yet watched. I've watched almost everything on Disney Plus. If we make it through the year, and which I think I will, it's gonna be almost 7 years. It's pretty crazy. Okay, well, I did say lizards. This is not a lizard, but it's close. This is another documentary. I don't know if it's just like a one-off or a series, but I have a feeling it's a one-off. We'll see. Maybe it's only 45 minutes long. Well, I'm hoping for that. This is World's Deadliest Snakes. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to learn about the world's deadliest snakes, just like the shark stuff, but they don't have as many snake stuff as they have shark stuff. So I'm doing it. World's Deadliest Snakes is what we're watching next on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.